What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and I like knives. Here to talk to you today about the CRKT Cricket Ruger HollowPoint Plus P. This Cricket has for a while now. Plus P. Cricket has been for a while now releasing a handful of their blades in two stages. The Jettison, the Amicus, the Bantam, most of their more recent blades are released in two stages. They have the blank compact and then just the regular. The HollowPoint is somewhat unique in that it has three stages. You have the HollowPoint Compact, which I believe is 3 inches. The HollowPoint Regular, which I believe is 3.2 or 3.5 inches. And then the HollowPoint Plus P, which is the plus size, which gives you a full 3 3/4 of blade. With that 3 3/4, we have 5 inches of handle in which to hide it, 1 1/4 inch wide handle, 1/2 an inch deep, and all of them will have a blade, par usual with Cricket budget knives, of 8 CR13 MOV steel. This blade, give me a little elbow room here. This blade also has handles of stainless steel with a plastic GRN or whatever covering over them. So it technically is a frame lock, but the frame is hidden behind the scale. So I'm pretty sure that still counts as a frame lock. What is great about this blade? It's a little conflicting for me, so I'll just stick with the regular formula because it's kind of a challenge for me. What's great about this, absolutely, is the pocket clip and the thumb studs. Notice, completely out of the way, these thumb studs are done correctly. So you have both thumb studs and a flipper, so you can get to it any old way. The pocket clip, also done correctly, because it's tip up, deep carry. Tip up or tip down, right hand only, but it is a very, very deep carry clip, and I like it. It's spoon shaped, it's the scratch less style. I like this pocket clip, it's real good. Cricket, do more of these. The blade is very interesting to me because it is very much a trailing point, Persian style, really. This is intended for skinning for a hunting knife, get into the deer's belly and cut out its liver, or whatever you do once inside a deer. So that makes this blade style very physically attractive to me. Means it's not exactly the most useful thing in the world, at least in my life. But I will get to that part later. The action is stellar. This blade rides on Crickets. You can't see that symbol. That symbol right there, whenever you see that, means that it rides on Cricket's ball bearing system, which is which is just stellar. Give it a little bit of help. It flies in, it goes away quick and easy. I adore just the playability with this blade. If this budget folder can do ball bearings this well, why can all budget folders not have fantastic action? So it's one of those pieces that actually makes me mad at lesser pieces because they have no excuse for being lesser. The lock is well done. Obviously, there's no space given to it, so there's no cutout to give you easier access. but there is a slight bit of milling on the inside just to open that space up a little bit. And the blade stock is so thick that it gives you a little extra space there. So I have no real complaints about this lock. Excellent lockup, about halfway there, and it's a very easy matter to get in and out. The flipper tab, this is actually something that I just noticed earlier today right before doing this video. But because of the curvature of this handle, that flipper tab is completely out of the way. So the deep carry pocket clip, because of how it's positioned, means that when you put it in your pocket, it will probably hang like this. Probably hang like that. But the curvature of the handle hides that flipper tab. So whenever you go in for whatever's in your pocket, if you carry this in your front pocket, I carry this in my back, so it's not a huge deal for me. But if you carry this in your front pocket, that flipper tab is not going to get in your way. And that is real cool. What is poor about this blade for me, and this isn't really a manufacturer's issue, this is just, it's not right for my lifestyle. The blade is a little big. Obviously, that's part of the plus power, I suppose, or just the plus. HollowPoint plus. So that's something that should have tipped me off immediately when I saw this at Walmart. All I really saw was the fantastic pocket clip, and all things are forgiven for a great pocket clip. And, well, I mean, that's typically not wrong. But the blade style, not very utilitarian because it's upswept Persian style. Not a great slicer. Thick blade stock means it's not great for food prep. It's not really EDCable for me. And that's not to say that this isn't a decent blade. It truly is. The handle scales, the texturing here are little rhombuses that are all vertical, which aids in texture to keep it in your hand, makes it a little bit grippier, but also won't tear up your pocket as you put it in and out of your pocket. That's great. Little details like that are fantastic. There was a lot of thought and a lot of love given to this piece, and I can see that, and I can appreciate that. Things that I bag on knives all the time for. This lanyard hole, it doesn't interfere with the pocket clip. It's nice and out of the way. The curvature of the blade stock. The handle hides most of the blade, and as you can see, there are no hot spots. There's no obnoxious cutoff there. There's a little bit of milling on the top of the blade. That's really more for indexing than it is for actual grip, just to tell you where the blade is. This is, technically speaking, a good knife, just not right for me. CRKT sells this for $80, way overblown, but each of the subsequent smaller versions, so the HollowPoint regular will be around $70, and the HollowPoint compact will be around $60. Blade HQ sells this for $48, Amazon sells it for $30, and I bought this in the glass case at Walmart for $30. It's the only version of the HollowPoint that I've seen there, and to be perfectly honest, I thought it was an exclusive at first because I've never seen this blade anywhere else. And it wasn't until I started doing research that I found out that this is a 3-stage blade. It has its own family, and it's part of the Ruger subset of the Cricut company, which is very interesting for me in and of itself. So out of 10 stars, I give it a... Whenever I set up, if I ever, quite honestly, set up my shelving so I can display blades around my house, stuff like that, have a display case, this will go in it. That blade style, that's very, like I said, it's very physically attractive. It's just not useful. So I would love to put this thing on some kind of display, but it is not EDCable for me, and that's really the only reason why I use knives. So out of 10 stars, I give it a yeah, but not really. So everything that I've said in the last 10 minutes, now given breath. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know down below. If you EDC a blade similar to this, let me know what draws you to the upswept, to the Persian style blade. How is that useful in your life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Other than that, you lovely fellas have a great day. Bye.